Hi there, my name is Lisa-Jane. I'm a personal trainer and fitness instructor at Wildcat Fitness. I'm here today to take you through a 45-minute total body circuit workout. The first thing we're going to do is get ourselves warmed up. So raise our heart rate, get our blood flowing, get ready, prepare the body for the work ahead. So we're going to start with our warm up. Take your feet just outside your hips, make your knees nice and soft. We're going to take some nice deep breaths just to prepare the body. So bend your knees. Inhale through the nose, reach up, and as you bring those arms out, big exhale. We're going to go for 3 more. Bend your knees, big inhale through the nose, exhale. Last 2, so big bend, big reach up, inhale. Breath comes out. Let's make this the biggest one yet. Breathe in. Nice deep breath, reach up. Exhale, roll the shoulders, feet back in, and let's take this into a march. So just nice and relaxed to begin. Keep those knees lifted. Always keep your core engaged. Through this whole workout today, make sure your core is switched on. So draw your abdominals in towards your spine. Keep that chest lifted. Keep your shoulders back and down. So keep bringing the knees up nice and tall. Use those arms as well. We're just going to use this next few minutes just to get that heart rate up. So to allow us to just get that blood flowing a little bit more, we're going to start to take it nice and wide. So knees still coming up towards that waistline, using those arms. Remember, abdominals switched on throughout. Bring it back in. So just keep this going. You should start to feel like your heart rate is raising now. Your breath is increasing a little bit. Take it out nice and wide again. So just marching on the spot, nice and high. Should be feeling you're getting a bit warmer through the legs, through the lower body, and a little bit into those shoulders as well. Nice and narrow again. We're going to do that sequence one more time when we take it wide and take it back in narrow. So when you're ready, feet come out again. So taking those knees nice and high. Should feel like you are starting to get a bit warmer. Back we go into narrow. So we're going to keep this type of movement, but we're going to concentrate a little bit more on the legs. Really start to drive now. Bring those knees nice and high. What we're then going to do is when we come wide, take your heels towards your bum now. So warming up a little bit more into the backs of the legs, hamstrings and glutes. Again, using those arms if you want to. Back in front, really nice and high. We're going to do this twice over again, marching, and then we're going to take it even a little bit higher. Start to add a little bit of a jog. So knees really nice and high. Out we come wide, take it behind. Hamstring curls, heels towards the bum. If you want to pop your hands here just to protect the backs of your legs, you can do, but just feel like those hamstrings really starting to warm up. So one last time like this in front. Knees come nice and high. Remember, core is engaged throughout, chest is lifted. The more you lift your chest, the more you'll find it easy to get that blood and that oxygen flowing. Last time, take it wide like this. So we're going to get a little bit warmer now. We're going to start to take the intensity up a little bit. So exactly the same movement pattern here, but we're just going to add a bit more intensity. So knees actually come up in front now, using those arms. Now more than ever, it's important to engage through that core. So exactly the same now. Just take it behind as we did before. Heels nice and high towards that bum. We're going to do this twice over. So back we go again, knees in front, nice and high. Whew, you should definitely start to be getting a bit warmer now. I know I am. Take this behind, heels towards your bum, warming up the backs of those legs. Got one more time, knees in front, core nice and tight. Last one, heels up. So if you want to have your hands here to protect your bum, you can do. Woo. Start to bring it down, march it on the spot. We're going to continue the warm up, but rather than static stretches, which is what we tend to do at the end of a workout, we're going to do what we call some active stretches. So keeping the heart rate up, keeping the blood flowing, preparing the major joints for the movement that's about to come. So take your feet really nice and wide. You're gonna take your hands together, reach up nice and tall, so feel like you're lengthening through that spine, then swing down, tip from the hips between those legs, and back up again, reach nice and tall. So you really want to feel like you're lengthening your spine, lengthening your hamstrings, push your hips forward on the way up, reach up nice and tall, swing down, open up, reach again. Let's go for 3 more times with this. So swing forward, feel the hamstrings open, push with the hips, feel the hip flexors release, open up through that spine. Last 2, tip forward, nice big reach with the sky. Last 1, swing, nice big reach up. So release the hands, keep those feet nice and wide. We're going to transfer our weight side to side. So into one leg, then the other, keeping that upper body lifted, chest up, abdominals engaged. So feel you starting to get warmer through the inner and outer thighs. Feel that blood flowing into the tops of the legs. One straight, one bent, transferring from side to side. The lower you get, the more you should start to feel this into those inner thighs. So take the stretch as far as is comfortable for you, but make sure you do feel like those hip flexors are starting to open up. We're going to continue just for a few more seconds here. Remember, chest lifted, try not to dip too much. We're going to carry on for 4, 3, 2, 1. Last active stretch here before we start the first part of the warm-up. Feet underneath your hips, knees soft. We're going to warm up the upper body. Nice big circles through those arms. So shoulders up, back, down. Really feel like that neck between those shoulder blades is really starting to get a bit warmer. Important to make sure the whole body is prepared for what's to come. So we're going to take this backwards for 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, exactly the same now, but forward. So again, shoulders up, back, down, into the neck, into that upper body. The last part of our active stretch. So the last little bit of the warm up, and you definitely should be feeling a bit warmer now and ready for what's to come. So we're nearly there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Shake the legs, shake the arms, and we're ready for our cardio conditioning circuit. So we are now onto the cardio section of our workout. So this is the bit where we're really going to burn calories, get into our fat burning zone, get the blood flowing, and this should feel like hard work. So the way it's going to work, we've got 3 sets of work, 3 exercises back to back. I'm just going to show you quickly the 3 exercises that we're going to do in this first section. So we've got squats, feet outside the hips, knees nice and soft. Again, as I said before, core is always nice and tight, chest is always lifted. So you're going to take the bum back, weight into the heels, knees soft at the top, as many as you can in 30 seconds. Straight into mountain climbers, so hands underneath your shoulders, back nice and flat, abdominals tight, knees up towards the chest, as many of those as you can in 30 seconds. Straight in, back up onto the feet to jumping jacks. Heels down, knees soft, arms above the head. Again, as many as you can get through. 90 seconds of solid work, then you get a minute's rest. So when you're ready, set up that squat position, feet outside your hips, knees soft, abdominals tight, chest lifted, and let's go for 30 seconds. So into the heels, bum goes back, knees soft at the top, just keep it coming. Remember, the aim of this part of the workout is just to get as much done as you can in the time. So if you want to be competitive, you could write down how many you get done this first time. Always try and beat yourself. It's good to have a bit of competition when you're working out. So bum goes back, hips are square. Try not to start tipping from the chest. Make sure it's your legs, your bum, and your thighs that you're focusing on. Nearly there, guys. Keep it coming. This bit is nearly over. So keep pushing back. When we're ready, down we go into the mountain climbers. So hands underneath your shoulders, back flat. Let's go. Knees up towards that chest. So try and make sure the foot is clearing there as you're coming forward. Try not to just transfer the weight, but lift up towards the chest. That way you can make sure you're getting an abdominal workout as well as a leg
and cardio workout at the same time. So keep driving. Again, try not to come too far up. Make sure that back is nice and flat. That way the core is always engaged. So keep it driving, guys. Up we come now into the jump jacks. So last little bit. Weight into the heels, knees bent, hands overhead. If at this point you're starting to struggle, an option here is to stay nice and low into the legs. Take the feet out to the side. Still using the arms, your heart rate is still really high. This isn't a cop-out. If you need the option, take it. If not, you're here. Weight into the heels, arms overhead. Let's just keep pushing through. Heels in contact with the ground, knees nice and soft. 2, 1, minutes rest. So shake out the legs, shake out the arms. That's your first little circuit done. Well done. Guys, here we go. Set number 2. Feet outside your hips, knees nice and soft. Straight into the squats. So remember, weight into the heels, body is nice and tall. So you should be feeling this into your glutes, so the big muscles in your bum, into your hamstrings, backs of the thighs, little bit into the quads, top of the thighs, straight down, straight up. If you keep the core nice and tight, you're also getting an abdominal workout. So lots of benefits to this exercise. We need 3 more, 2 more, last one, down into the mountain climbers. As before, hands under the shoulders, bring those knees up towards your chest. So remember, try not to have that front foot in contact, just clear it. Abdominals are braced throughout. Again, another core workout, as well as raising that heart rate, as well as burning lots of calories. Again, try not to lift up through those hips, keep it flat, nice and controlled, and just keep driving, driving, driving. Good job. 3, 2, up we get. Last little bit, jumping jacks. So as before, into the heels, knees bent, straight down and up. Remember the option here, if you need to take it, feet out to the side, point the toes to engage through those outer thighs. But if you're okay to carry on at the high impact, heels down, knees soft. Perfect job, guys, keep it going. So close now, just keep pushing. Heels down, we've got 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, that's set number 2. All done. So here is our second block of work. So I'm just going to show you the 3 exercises that we're going to work in exactly the same format as we just did. 3 lots of 30 seconds, then a minute's break in between. Number 1 is the dynamic lunge. Feet nice and wide, step it forward, back knee to the floor, back heel lifted, arms overhead, alternating sides. So drop and lift, that's the lunge. We're then coming into ice skaters. Take those feet really wide. You're going to transfer the weight side to side, keeping the chest lifted, keeping the knees bent, just feeling that push through the inner and outer thighs. Then the last one is a toe touch jump. So feet just underneath the hips, knees soft, touch the toes, up you come. Option with this one is a calf raise. So when you're ready, here we go, set number 1, dynamic lunges. So take the foot forward, keep that back heel lifted, back knee towards the floor, arms come up overhead, opening the hip flexors, opening the very base of those abdominals. Keep your breathing, make sure you're working through that front leg. So as you come back, push back through that front heel. Good job, so keep that chest lifted, keep the core engaged, really feel like those hip flexors are opening. Good, nearly there guys. So last 2, 1. Into those ice skaters. Feet nice and wide, chest lifted, knees soft, transfer that weight side to side. So again, try not to dip too much through the chest. You'll find it much harder to breathe. You'll also miss out on the benefits of that abdominal workout. So side to side, transfer that weight, knees nice and soft. You're doing great guys, nearly there. Woo! So we've got 3, 2, 1. Last one, toe touch jump. Feet underneath the hips, knees soft, touch your toes, up we go. Good job. Remember again, option if you need it. Stay with the toe touch, but come up into a calf raise. You know what I'm gonna say? Keep the chest lifted, keep the abdominals tight. Nearly there guys, woo! Last few jumps. We're gonna finish this Guys, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Set number 1 finished. So here we go, set number 2 of the second set of work. We're going to start off with those dynamic lunges. So remember, feet are hip width, that back knee is going to the floor, back heel stays lifted. So try to aim for 90-degree bend in the front and the back foot. As you're stepping forward, try to make sure that front knee isn't going too far over your toes. So keep the work into the front and the backs of the thighs. Abdominals are tight, chest is lifted. We're nearly there with these guys. So arms overhead, opening those hip flexors. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and into those ice skaters. Remember, feet are wide, knees are soft, abdominals are tight. Transfer that weight side to side. The lower you go, the more you are going to feel it into those inner and outer thighs. Remember, I don't want to see that chest dropping. Keep it lifted. Open up those airways and engage your core. Nearly there. Nice, big, wide jumps. 3, 2, 1. Last little bit. I know it's getting tough. Stay with it. Feet underneath the hips. Knees soft. Touch and lift. Great job. If you're starting to fatigue, there's always a choice, guys. So this is the option, the calf raise. But if you can, stay with the jump for the maximum calorie burn. Let's really get that heart rate up. We're nearly there. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, whew. Well done, awesome. Section number 3, this is the last block of the cardio section of this workout. So let me again show you the 3 exercises that are coming up. Number 1 is the push-ups. So you need to grab yourselves a mat or a towel. You're going to take your hands outside of your mat. Ideally you are on the toes, weight forward, chest between the hands. Option here is on the knees. Make sure your back is nice and straight, chest between those fingertips. 30 seconds of those. Straight into high knees, so back up onto your feet, driving the knees up towards the chest. And then the last one is shadow boxing. So you're gonna bend those knees just slightly, really brace the core, and then just side to side, as many punches as you can get through to work that waistline and those shoulders. So when you're ready, here we go. Last bit of the cardio workout. Down to the floor for 30 seconds of push-ups. So ideally, as I said, try and start on the toes. If you can, core braced. If you find that lower back dipping at any point, bring it to your knees. Much better to get a tight push up on the knees than compromise your technique on your toes. So we're nearly there. Just keep pushing through the heel of the hand. Good job. 13, keep pushing. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and up we get. High knees. So feet underneath the hips, brace the core. Here we go. Drive them up towards that waist. So just as high as you can. Use the arms to help you. If you want, lean back just slightly. That will mean that you can get that a little bit higher. Just keep driving, driving, driving. We're so close now, guys. Just keep bringing them up towards that chest. Nice and tight through here. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1, into the shadow box. Soften those knees, brace those abs. Here we go. Just as many punches as you can get through. Rather than weak ones, get some power behind them. Use those shoulders, use that waist, nice and straight in front, just side to side, as many as you can. If you've had a stressful day, this is the chance to get it all out. Use that power and tone your body at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Section number 1, done. Well done for making it through the cardio section. We're now going to bring it down to the floor, just a little bit less intense, but still as effective. I'm going to do some lower body conditioning, starting with the legs. So bum, thighs. If you lie back on your mat, we are going to be on our backs,
So your shoulders, your elbows are in contact with the mat, your knees are bent, your heels are about a foot away from your bum. What we're going to do is an exercise called the glute bridge for your glutes and for the backs of the thighs. So with the upper body engaged with the floor, you're going to drive those hips up to the ceiling, core is tight, so knees to shoulders, straight line, squeeze this area, and then back down through that spine. As soon as it touches, back up again. So really squeeze, hips as high as you can, roll it back down when it touches, squeeze, drive up. Imagine that pelvis is coming as high as you can to the ceiling. So you should be feeling this, as I said, through here, squeeze it as high as you can. If you're not getting too much activation, you need to squeeze more. So make sure you are using those muscles nice and high. A little bit of work into that lower core as well. So we're halfway, 5 to go. Squeeze up, high as you can, through that backbone. As soon as it touches, no rest. Squeeze up again. We're into the last 3. So drive those hips up, high as you can. Don't let them drop. Ripple back down, 2 more to go. Squeeze it up all the way through here. Last one, wait to get as high as you can. Drive it up, squeeze, and then slowly back down. So a little shake, a little rest. Anywhere that's feeling a bit tight, you can shake it out. We're gonna go for another set of those. So quicker rest periods in between these exercises, a little bit less intense than our first section, but as I said, just as effective. You should really be feeling this all the way from the backs of the knees, pretty much up to the hips. So here we go, second set. Shoulders and elbows on the floor, driving those hips up to the ceiling. So squeeze up, all the way through the backs of those legs, ripple back down. So feel like vertebra by vertebra, your backbone is coming back in contact with the mat. As soon as you feel the hip bones touch, back up you come again. So as I said, imagine a straight line from the knees to the shoulders. It should all be off the mat as high as you can through this lower section. You should really feel like this is starting to work now through the bum, through the backs of those legs. If you want an extra challenge, you can take the arms up. That's an option. Don't feel like you have to, but that will mean that you're less reliant on those shoulders, so you isolate a little bit more through the lower body. 3 more to go. Squeeze up all the way, release back down. Last 2, squeeze it up, high as you can, all the way back down. Right, last one, as high as you can get, all the way up to the ceiling. Drive, 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 squeeze, 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 and release back down. Perfect. Next exercise, we're staying on our mat, and we're going to come a little bit more into the thighs for this one. So you are going to set yourself up on the side of your body. So we're going to work one side at a time. Elbow is underneath your shoulder. Try not to put too much weight. You will end up straining, so nice and straight. Body is in a straight line. Make sure your hips are stacked, so try not to roll forward, try not to slouch back. Nice and straight. This front hand can be placed on the floor for support, but again, make sure you're not leaning into it. So with that top foot flexed, the top leg straight, this is how it's going to work. You're going to have one lift using that outer thigh as we come down. You're then going to lift and tap in front. That's 1 repetition. So both movements make 1 rep. We're going to go for 10 on this side. So remember, shoulder away from the ear, core braced, hips stacked, foot flexed. Here we go. 1 up, and then take it 1 in front. If you want to touch the floor, you can, but just make sure you are not losing that squeeze through the outer thigh. So try not to collapse. Keep it engaged. You should really feel this through the tops of those thighs. As I said in the setup, as you're getting tired, try not to roll back, try not to roll forward. Keep everything engaged and make sure it's the side of that leg that's driving the movement. So make sure you are using that front hand for the balance. Good work. 4 more to go on this leg, then we've got exactly the same on the other side. So that core should remain braced throughout. Good job, last 3. Squeeze up. Good, you should really start to be feeling this by now. Excellent work. 2 more to go. Squeeze, use the side of that thigh in front. Last one, you're doing great, nearly there. Squeeze it up and squeeze it in front. Great work. Exactly the same on the other leg, here we go. So set yourself up, exactly the same as before. Elbow under your shoulder, body nice and straight, core braced, hips stacked, top foot flexed. Here we go, squeeze it up. Whew. You might well find that it's much more difficult on one side than the other. We do tend to have a favourite side depending on whether you're right or left-handed, so this feels much trickier on one leg than it does on the previous leg. Don't panic. But doing things like this, working one leg at a time, will help to even out those imbalances. So this is a great thing to do. I feel like it right now. So use those thighs, really squeeze. If you are getting that burn, great news, because it means it is actually working into this area here, which is quite a hard one to target. Good, so core is braced, so you're getting a workout through that waistline as well. Good job, we're nearly there, good. So squeeze up, squeeze it in front. So close now, just keep on. 3 more to go. Take it up, good job. Take it in front, good. This is the last 2, you can do this. Squeeze up, good. Squeeze in front, perfect, nearly there. Last one. So take that leg nice and high, good. And then take it in front, perfect. Well done, awesome leg conditioning, guys. Set number 2, so exactly the same setup. I know you're getting tired, but it's really important to keep everything nice and braced. So shoulder away from the ear, abdominals and waistline tight, hips stacked, top foot is flexed. Here we go, this one down here for balance. So squeeze it up, good job, and then squeeze it in front, good. So in terms of how far down that leg should be going when you come in front, it's to the point at which you feel it, but you don't lose the contraction through your thigh. So as I said in the first set, if you are collapsing, you know you've gone too far. Similarly, if when you're coming in front, you're not feeling it still, you probably need to go that little bit further to really get that squeeze and isolation into those thigh muscles. As I said before, they are quite hard to target, so you may as well make the most of it whilst you are feeling it. Good. Halfway 5 to go, so should be feeling this, as I said, from about here, just above the kneecap, to about here, where they connect with the hip bone. Doing so well. 3 to go, good. Really keep this squeeze. Remember to keep the foot flexed. It will make sure that you are activating through that outer thigh. 2 more to go, nearly there. Squeeze up, good job. In front. This is the last one, you can do this. Squeeze it up. Good, and squeeze in front. Perfect, well done. Let's change sides, nearly there now. Last little bit for those legs. So elbow underneath your shoulders, hips stacked, core tight. This hand here for balance. And here we go, squeeze it up. Good, squeeze it in front. Excellent job. So you can be happy today that you've worked pretty much every muscle in your body. So we've really raised that heart rate. So you've burnt some calories, you've got into that fat burning zone. So the beauty of interval training is because you spike, peak that heart rate, and then let it partially recover, is that you do stay in that fat burning zone after your workout. So it's hard whilst you're doing it, but the benefits continue for a couple of hours afterwards. So you're still burning calories now, and you're still burning into those thighs. So we've got the conditioning as well. When you build lean muscle in your body, you increase its capacity to be able to burn calories. So all in all, the past 45 minutes, although they've been tough, have been more than worth it. Nearly there, 2 more, so squeeze up, good, so close now, don't give up. 1 more to go, you can do this. So squeeze it up, into that thigh, good job, take it in front. Well done, awesome work. If you want to shake, squeeze out, whatever you need to do. That's our leg conditioning section finished. So last section of today's workout, we're going to focus on our core. As I've been saying to you throughout, to keep the abdominals tight, to keep the core braced. So really, you should have been working that midsection for about the past 40 minutes. But this is just a chance to really get a bit deeper into those muscles and tone and tighten up. So I've got 2 exercises for you in this section. First one is a reverse decline twist. So feet are going to be about hip width apart, so not completely together, not too far, just a few inches in between. Your knees are going to be bent. I'm going to get you to lean back, but I do need to make sure that your spine stays straight. So when I say lean back, I don't mean slouch. So from that tailbone to the top of the skull, you're going to come back in a nice straight line. Come back to the point at which you feel your abdominals start to engage. Then one hand at a time, we're going to reach behind and open up. So once you've got that engagement, the core is tight, you're going to reach behind, back into the center, and then the other side. Reach and back into the center. So you follow your hand with your eyes and then come back in. Try to make sure, as I said, you're not slouching. You stay nice and tall. So throughout this exercise, your core is engaged, belly button in towards that spine. As it gets tough, try not to come too far up. You do need to keep that engagement. So not only are we getting deep into the mid-core, we're also working through those obliques at the side of the abdominals in towards the waistline. Good job. So really make sure you're keeping those arms nice and straight as you're reaching behind. We've got 4 more to go. So open up, reach round back to the center. Other side, reach round. So close now, last 2. So remember, nice and straight with those arms. Follow with your eyes, good. Last 1, back into the center. Little rest there. So 1 more set of those to go. So as I said, you should have felt that deep into the mid-core, but also a little bit through the waist with that twist. If you're feeling it a bit too much into your shoulders, chances are you had a little bit too much tension. So keep them relaxed, shoulders away from your ears. Make sure we're focusing on the waistline and those deep abdominals. So last set, same setup. Just a slight gap in between those feet, knees bent, tipping from your tailbone to the top of your skull, nice and straight. Here we go, last set. Open up, reach behind, back into the center. So you should be pretty fatigued by the end of this workout, so almost straight away, you should really start to feel those abdominals kick in. Stay strong, this doesn't last for very long, so just keep it coming. Nice big reach back to the center. So close now, guys. Just keep nice and strong, bracing that core, bracing those abdominals. Think of that 6-pack this is going to help you achieve. Open up. Good. We've got 4 more to go. Nearly there. Open. Release back to the center. Good. Last 2. Good. Nearly there. Nearly there. So this is the final repetition. Out to the side. Last one. Last one. Good. Open up. And back to the center. Perfect. 1 more thing to do. It's called the plank. You may already be familiar with it. This is one of the most effective exercises that you can do for your midsection. So it's tough, but I know that you guys can do it. We've come so far, so let's just finish this off. Today we're going to go for a 30-second plank, but you can work up to a minute as you start to get stronger. If you keep tight throughout that 30 seconds, this should be a really effective workout. But just know, if you keep doing this workout and you want to hold this for longer, then you absolutely can. If you can aim for a minute, that's brilliant. But we're going to go for 30 seconds together. So here's the setup. You're going to be on your elbows. Your back is going to be flat. Your abdominals are going to be braced. So when you're ready, drop the hips, belly button into the spine, and squeeze and hold. So as we've had exercises in this position before throughout the workout, make sure you are not tipping up. It's not a downward dog. You are not letting those abdominals sag. It's a nice straight line with the belly button in towards the spine. Your elbows are pressed into the mat. You can have the hands together. You can have them down. If you start to shake, don't worry, that's normal. That's your core trying to stabilize. Just stay strong through this one. We're nearly there. Team, we've got 10 seconds to go, so just hold it nice and tight. Brace those abdominals, nearly there. Squeeze, 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 hold on for 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Well done. Team, I'm going to take you through a really quick stretch now to finish off the workout. If you have time, then by all means stretch for a little bit longer. Really important to lengthen out those muscles after all the hard work that we've done. But I'm just going to take you through a very basic stretch just to make sure that we are releasing some of that tension and easing out some of that hard work. So come up onto your mat. Take your legs nice and long. Make sure your calves and your hamstrings are in contact with the mat. Tip from the hips. Reach towards your toes. You can touch them. Brilliant. If you can't get this far, don't worry. It will come in time as you improve your flexibility. If you want to hold onto your shins, that's no problem. Just make sure you feel it through the backs of those legs. So we're just lengthening out after those lunges, those squats, all the work that we did back in the beginning into those backs of those legs. So just hold it here. Try to avoid bouncing and pulsing. Try to just hold it, breathe through it. If you feel the stretch ease off at any point, then you can take it a little bit further. Keep your head above your heart though, so you can keep breathing. Just release a few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, good job. So we're going to come up to standing nice and slowly because we have just been lying down. We've brought that heart rate steadily down. So up onto the tips of your toes, press through your heels, roll up through the backs of your legs, through your spine, through your shoulders and your chest. We're going to stretch the front of the thighs now. So knees together, foot into hand, bend that supporting leg, keep those knees together and release your quad. This isn't a balance test, so if you find you're wobbling, feel free to hold your wall or anything stable nearby. Just make sure you are getting that release into the front of the thigh. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and change sides, exactly the same. Remember, you've got the option to hold on if you need to. Again, you'll probably find you're slightly more stable on one leg than the other. So knees together. Bend the supporting leg, flex the foot that's in your hand, release through your quad. It was awesome work today. As I said in that previous section, you've worked pretty much every major muscle in your body, so chances are you're going to feel that tomorrow, but you're also going to see the results. We're going to release in 3, 2, 1. Let's finish as we started. Take the feet nice and wide. We're going to finish with some nice deep breaths. So bend your knees. Arms up, inhale, nice deep breath. Arms out, exhale. Let's have 2 more. So bend the knees, nice deep breath in, exhale. Biggest one yet, nearly there. Bend the knees, breathe in through the nose, then come down, out through the mouth. Shake off your legs, roll out your shoulders, get rid of any remaining tension. And guys, give yourselves a big round of applause. Well done, awesome job today.